Hello, my name is Michael Wallace. Today I will give you guys a presentation about the legislative branch. The purpose of my presentation is to persuade my audience to focus more on the legislative branch to change some of the issues we are currently facing in the United States of America. There's a need for the people to understand that voting is important and which election has the most significance to the American people and what election actually make a difference in the United States of America. How would you feel if I told you that your vote every 4 years for the President of the United States doesn't really mean much? Most Americans are very excited when their candidate of the presidential election wins, but years later, nothing changed or things didn't go the way they suspected. The citizens of the United States need to understand how the system works and what to do for the system to work for them. As uh, as many as 15% of the registered voters reported that they didn't vote in the 2016 presidential election because they didn't believe their vote would make a difference, according to the Census Bureau data. I believe this problem exists because many American citizens believe their vote doesn't matter, and this problem is happening because many citizens doesn't vote unless it's the presidential election, and many citizens have faith in the presidential candidates, which is what we as citizens should be focused on, because the president doesn't make the laws of this country. He or she is just a spokesman. A lot of people was upset at the President Joe Biden in 2020, thinking he was the reason the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade and that the constitutional right to abortion was abused in June of last year, but that wasn't the case. My overall solution to this problem is American voters should focus more on Congress. This problem could be solved if American citizens start voting for congressmen more. Many American citizens doesn't even care to vote for them, but those are the people that come up with different laws and bills to be passed which affect how we live every day, such as the issue last year with abortion. Members of the judicial branch are appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. And remember, the Senate and the House of Representatives make up the U.S. Congress. The House and the Senate, both chambers are relying upon the other when the other both chambers are relying upon the other when it comes to passing laws. When the new law is written, at first it either accepted or rejected by a committee. If the bills get approved by one committee, it then get reported to the other committee, and the relevant chamber get to decide when to schedule the session for consideration, if at all. Excuse me. Then, if it passes the first consideration, it needs to also pass in whichever happens to be the second consideration to be signed into law by the president. So if a bill first considered in the House, it later then go to the Senate to be passed and vice versa. Once all citizens of each state can understand this, they can all come together and start electing the people who best fits the agenda that they wish for, instead of just voting for the president every 4 years. As we can see, the Senate can override the president decision anytime. So we need to change those people as a country. The people can take back our country. With my solution, we have a strong chance to take back our country and go back to how it used to be without my solution. I think our country will only get worse. If we as American citizens doesn't come together and let the people who speak for us, we will continue to go down the road where things are going now with the government, police, inflation, and much more. And the people will start more riots and want to overthrow the government and start a revolutionary war. This is only the government doesn't want to do what the people want, and we the people have to make sure this happens by voting and electing people in Congress who have the same or best interests of we the people. So let's come together and make a difference. If you're interested and want to get involved and help make a difference, it is very easy. All we have to do as citizens is spread the word, spread the knowledge, and get people to vote more when coming to electing their state representatives and senators. Those are the ones who speak for you, not the president. Again, each state has two senators. Each state has a numerous amount of House of Representatives. Depends on the population of that state. But we need to do research and of each of those purpose people who represent our state and make sure they best fit our agenda, and we can take back our country. Thank you.